Today we have our another new.
Oh, wait. True. I'll say 3, 2, 1 when it's ready.
Can I start?
1 second. It's still setting up the YouTube. I'm not sure if it's the computer or the YouTube. It takes some time. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll just put the picture up and then we can go to YouTube. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome everyone. Today we have our another new episode, and we will discuss on the Tesla incorporations, especially the Tesla stock. And our session actually run by world famous scientist Professor Adrian David, and he has a lot of expertise in Nikola Tesla innovations, the uplifting lot of Nikola Tesla technology. As also right now he is focusing on the stock market, and you know that the stock market is a part of economy, part of finance, and definitely Professor Adrian David Chiok for us, he is a polymath. He has a lot of expertise in different offshore. So Professor Adrian David Chiok, what you want to discuss about today's sessions, especially about Tesla stock price and everything?
Yeah, actually today, today a lot of news. Today is not so much news. So you'll see, we'll look at the stock price later, but no, the stock price didn't really change much. There wasn't really much news. I'll just say the news which I noticed. One is that Tesla is firing his interns as part of the cost-cutting exercise. So it's really, this article is saying it's really strange. Normally you don't fire interns because you want to train interns to work for the company. So they thought it was a bit strange. The second article I want to say is that there was an article written which said Elon Musk Tesla is now a meme stock, says economists. The market does not particularly care. So this famous economist, Professor J. Bradford DeLong, said that Tesla's market success is now largely dependent on Musk's ability to keep making promises, which we've seen is actually full of lies, right? Regardless of the company's actual delivery, the economist wrote in an op-ed for Project Syndicate. So basically, he said, from the standpoint of Wall Street speculators, it's a bouncing ball in the roulette wheel, a tech bubble casino play, right? He said, the market does not particularly care that the company lacks a CEO who's trying to build it into an enduring profit-making organization. So, Sharif, this article is very interesting because he's saying that what we've been discussing the last 2 days, that Elon Musk is not trying to build up a company like a normal way to be a good CEO. Has turned Tesla into a meme stock. It's just like a casino, right? And so this article is saying the price of the stock doesn't depend on the fundamentals, like how many cars do they sell, how much profit do they make, how many car deliveries, what technology they got. He's saying the company's stock price doesn't depend on that. It just depends on what is coming out of Elon Musk's mouth, right? Which we know probably 90% of it is lies, right? But this is very, very interesting. So he's saying that Tesla has become a meme stock, like the famous GameStop stock from 2021, AMC Cinemas, is just based on nothing, right? So he's basically saying that the stock price is nothing based on fundamentals of Tesla company. It's just based on Elon Musk's mouth, right? Whatever he says can make the stock go up and down. And people are buying this stock just like a gambling, right? So I think in the short term, as we've seen, Elon Musk can do something like we saw in the last two shows. Elon Musk can fly to China and say this and say that, and the stock market will go up $10, 10%, sorry, and people can make money. But in the, let's say in the longer term, over the few months, there's no fundamentals there. It's going to crash. All the serious banks are saying the stock price is going to crash. There's no fundamentals. They're losing money. They haven't released a new car for 5 or 6 years. They're way behind the competition in China. Like we said yesterday, China's making $10,000 cars, whereas Tesla's is 40,000, right? So that was a very interesting article. The last thing I want to say is interesting article. It's by Reuters. It's Tesla versus Tesla. US car maker sues Indian namesake for copying trademark. Elon Musk car company Tesla sued an Indian battery maker for infringing its trademark by using the brand Tesla Power. Now, this is very interesting because I do not see how Elon Musk could sue the Indian company when Tesla is the name of Nikola Tesla, right? So how can he say he owns the name worldwide, and even the Indian battery company cannot use the word Tesla? So I find that really strange.
Very interesting, Professor. As you discuss about stock market and stock market actually fluctuating, but my major question, I think you are discussing about ethics of entrepreneur. So do you believe in 21st century, when we have massive progression of AI, massive progression of capitalism, so ethics of entrepreneurs also very important? And how does it work? How you maintain the value, ethical standard of an entrepreneur, and how they should play a role for social improvement?
Well, as an engineer, and as an engineer, I would say that you have, and also you're a business, you study business, so you know a lot more about business and entrepreneurship. But we would think, if you read the textbooks, you say you should follow your North Star. You got to be ethical, honest, treat your employees well, treat your customers well, and to treat the investors well, right? Now we would agree that's what you see in the textbooks, right? And that's what you learn when you do your MBA. You learn these kind of things, right? But I hate to say it, but Elon Musk has thrown all of those rules out of the book, and we can't say he's a failure because he's one of the richest men in the world, right? So Elon Musk has shown you can lie through your teeth, right? He's been promising automatic driving every year since 2015, right? That's nearly 10 years. He keeps saying, "Oh, this year we're going to produce it," and it's just I hate to say it, but it's just a lie, right? Just pure lying, right? And then he keeps doing these tricks. Like we said, he saw the stock market go down on Friday because the National Transportation Agency in America and also 2 US senators say that Tesla should be investigated because their automatic driving software is killing people, right? Like I gave the example where they said the Tesla actually hit a child getting out of a school bus, right? And his software is killing people. But he's saying that his software is gonna, is so smart, artificial intelligence, everything, and better than human driving. No, it's purely a lie. It's killing people, right? Now, the other thing is, so he comes up with these tricks. When the National Transportation Agency said they're going to investigate Tesla, he straight away, 2 days later, he flew to China on a Sunday, right? Why Sunday? Because it's the before the stock market opens, right? And he met the president and he said, we're going to release self-driving cars in China, and the stock went back up, right? Because like we just said, this article, which I just mentioned to you, said the stock price is not based on any fundamentals. Elon Musk just says something out of his mouth and people will buy the shares. So unfortunately, and then treating your employees right. He's firing people, he fires people, he's firing 20% of his company with no empathy. Just, I think we talked yesterday, he fired his whole supercharging group, 500 people. They just got an email in the Monday morning saying you're fired, right? So Elon Musk is throwing all of the things that good entrepreneurs learn out of the book. But Dr. Sharif, this lying, this cheating, this treating people terribly, firing his employees by email on a Monday morning. We might say this is a terrible thing, but it's working. He's one of the richest people in the world. So I hate to say it, but he is showing that maybe in this age, lying and cheating and manipulating is better than, is actually more effective than just being honest. But I'm not sure in the long run what will be the what I'm not sure in the long run what will be the case. But Elon Musk is showing that to be devious, lying, manipulating, it works.
Yes, Professor, this is very pathetic that in the world that we have to live. But my thing is that, like, as you are academician, do you believe, and you are a researcher and you have a very, very high quality impact in the industry also. So do you believe that at present situations, we are moving with a new era of business, new era of entrepreneurships, new model of economy? What do you think?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of young people growing up, and they love Elon Musk. They follow him like a god, right? They follow everything he does. So I hate to say it, but I think it's going to be more. The new entrepreneurs are going to learn. I mean, there will be many honest business people, but there's also going to be a lot of people who are learning from Elon Musk, and they might be very successful. I mean, Elon Musk is worth one. I think he's not now number 3 richest man in the world, right? So, and they're going to say, look, he lied, he cheated, he manipulated the stock market, and he's so rich. I'm going to do the same. That's what the young people are going to say. So you can't really blame them, really, but I don't know what to say from a philosophical point of view, but it seems to be that, maybe we've reached some era in some new era in our society where, it's not honesty and good business ethics and good practice, but it's basically dog eat dog, it's turned into like a crazy world where, like I said, this article said nothing about Tesla's stock price is based on fundamentals, right? About its profit, about its technology. It's just based on what Elon Musk show, and it's like gambling, right? So basically, unfortunately, business is a lot of the stock market and business is turning into like a casino. It's almost like gambling. You might win on nothing and you might lose on nothing, not on fundamentals.
Mm. Yeah, this is very interesting philosophical discussion. Do you believe that as Elon Musk take the name of Tesla for his company and he's making a lot of money or his company making lot of money, he should reinvest in the society for research and innovations? And what do you think?
Yeah, well,
Uh,
I think that he took Tesla's name, but he didn't take Tesla's lifestyle or philosophy. Tesla was a pure engineer. He wanted to get Tesla wanted to get money, but he wanted to get money to do research and innovation. And he was one of the greatest geniuses, one of the greatest inventors of all time. Invented the AC motor, invented the AC power, many technologies like radio communication. In fact, the internet, the mobile phone is based on Tesla's inventions more than 100 years ago, right? So yes, Elon Musk should learn from Tesla and, like put money into real innovation. Unfortunately, Elon Musk has taken Tesla's name, but not his philosophy, right? And the worst thing is he's now suing like the Indian company to using Tesla's name as if he owns the name, right? But Tesla is was the name of Nikola Tesla, is not the name of Elon Musk, right? So uh, actually Elon Musk does not is not reinvesting innovation in technology. He's basically just wants to make the most money possible, right? And to raise the stock price of Tesla company as much as possible, right? Yesterday we said that his salary is $56 billion, right? That's 190% of the Tesla's profits, so that's just unethical, right? He's the richest person, one of the richest people in the world. So, what can we say? Young people are going to take his example as well.
Mhm. Excellent. Professor, as you are a professor, then you also helps to improve modern science, engineering, and technology. When you discuss about this Indian company, I think as I'm from South Asian region, I can understand the culture. Can you share your knowledge about copyright, patent, and these things? I think our community, our corporation, our industry and academy, they have lack of understanding about patent, copyright, and everything. How actually Elon Musk take name Tesla and he built a so big this kind of big company, and how, let's say, any entrepreneurs, they want to utilize this Tesla name, how they can do this, what is the procedure? I think the Indian company, they may face the same thing, they do not understand the full scientific procedure. That is the things you can share. Yeah.
Well, Elon Musk registered as a trademark, obviously, in America, and maybe, but he's suing the Indian company. I'm not sure is it in an American court or a Indian court. But I think from our point of view, Tesla is the surname of Nikola Tesla, right? Whereas Elon Musk is now saying Tesla is his name. Oh no, he's suing in the New Delhi High Court, right? So he's actually suing using the Indian courts, right? So it's actually in the court now. The judge is giving the battery company 3 weeks to make a response. So it's hard to say, but I think that you see again. The thing is, Elon Musk is so rich, right? He's got so much money to sue that Indian company, right? So often in the court of law, it's not who's right; it's who can afford the best lawyers, right? Who can win the you win often you may be right, but you have to give up because you can't afford any more legal fees, right? So Elon Musk can basically win any case by just grinding people until they're bankrupt.
Mhm. Yeah, this is the things I can understand, but I want to share example in Bangladesh. We get a very good politician, Barrister Sumo. Even he is very honest and he do not care about money, he do not care, and he sue many big companies and he win. Then he become the parliament members and so actually South Asian cultures is different compared to North
Yes,
America. We do
yes,
focus on values. Example, you
yes,
are my
yes,
professors in my real life. So professor like here in South Asia, it's like God, right? It's like a
yes,
very respectable person in South Asia. Even
yes,
my father, my mother, my family teach me how to respect professors and academicians. So
yes,
this is different culture. I believe the company will get very talented lawyer from South Asia, but I want to learn more and I want to share with my communities because Tesla is a very big name and especially Tesla science and innovations is very important for our society. And your contribution is priceless. So how your research and innovations can create impact in the emerging economy? My last question for Nikola Tesla.
yeah. Also, before we go, let's look at the stock price before we leave. But yeah, very good question. I think that there's we there's research and innovation is invaluable, right? But it doesn't just have to be America. I mean, as we were discussing, I think the last two shows, now the biggest electric vehicle maker is actually Chinese. It's BYD, right? It's a Chinese electric vehicle maker, not Tesla, right? They overtook Tesla in December, right? So it doesn't just need to be in America. It can be China, it could be India. But let me just say this, BYD got a lot of money from the Chinese government in the start, right? So I think if you're not in America, America has a lot of money from private investors, and the rest of the world does not really have that money, right? So I think if you're in India, if you're in Bangladesh, you actually need to make friends with the government and get a lot of money, especially at the start, to build up your company. But it's just a different way. Now the thing is, in the end, BYD now is the biggest electric vehicle company in the world. So it's great for China. It's great for the Chinese government. Everyone wins. So honestly speaking, I think this shows that in America you can probably build up your company from private money, 100%, right? Because there are so many investors there, so many rich people there in Silicon Valley, right? In New York, in Wall Street. The rest of the world doesn't have that, right? The rest of the world doesn't have a Wall Street. The rest of the world doesn't have a Silicon Valley. So you need the government support at the start. That's what I think. But it doesn't really matter in the end because let's say a Bangladesh company, maybe they get $1 billion from Bangladesh government. But if they become successful, the whole country wins, right? There's a big company, many employees. So I think it's good. The lesson to learn is that the government must invest big time in research and innovation. If you're not in America, American government doesn't need to invest in innovation because they already have, like I said, Wall Street, Silicon Valley. There's so much money in the private investors, right? But the rest of the world doesn't have that, right? Even China doesn't have that. So they need the government to invest at the start.
Mhm. Excellent, excellent. So, Professor, what's your closing remarks for today's sessions and how you want to encourage uh, mm, uh, the authority of stock markets to take care of this kind of manipulations?
Well, yeah, this will be ongoing, but let me just bring up the stock price, share the screen. Right. And now you see the stock has gone up today quite a bit. Now let me just have a look here. Basically, since we talked yesterday, nothing really happened. Like I said, there's no real news. So the stock price was just going backwards and forwards a little bit. But suddenly here, look at this straight line up. What happened? Now this is what I wanted to tell you. Sometimes news, which is not really related to the company, can make the stock go up. Because what happened is that in the USA, they released the jobs report, right? How many people got new jobs? And it was much lower than expected, right? Now, you might think, okay, that's bad news, but no, that's good news. Why is it good news? Because everyone is worried about the interest rate in America. So if the economy is going good, the government will raise the interest rate because they don't want inflation, right? But because the employment went down, then people are saying now interest rates will be reduced, which is good for the stock market, because if you have lower interest rate, stocks go up. So you can see this straight line here at 8:30 a.m. immediately went up. And when the stock market opened here, the stock is also going up, and you can see it's already up quite a lot, $3. So I think today is not a good day for Tesla shorts, but it's more to do with the overall good news of the economy. So you can see, and one thing I want to say, Shu, you can see how fast is the reaction, and a lot of the stock market is done by computers now, right? So they program the computers, and it looks for keywords in the job, whatever the news is, and it can buy and sell faster than humans can press a button. So you look at this, the stock market 8:30 within seconds went up like from 179 to nearly 182.5, right? In seconds, right? This is almost definitely done by computers. So the stock market open here went up a bit. It's going down a bit. Let's see what happens the rest of the day. We'll talk again on next week. And but it looks like, but this going up is nothing to do with Tesla. It's to do with the fact that the job market was good, was a good report. And this is the funny thing: bad news can be good news, right? So there was fewer jobs. Unemployment went up. So people might think it's bad news, but no, it's good news, because people see that if the economy is decreasing, then the government will decrease the interest rate. The government decrease the interest rate means stocks normally go up. So it's very complicated, but yeah, that's the simple summary.
Excellent, Professor. I'm sure that through this session, people, the investor, they may learn a lot of things from the stock market. And thank you, everyone. I request all of our audience, this is very new show, but very interesting. And Professor Adrian David, he like a polymath. He has a variety of knowledge, and he has expertise in different fields. Through this session, hopefully, we can bring a lot of interesting insight from industry. Thank you, Professor Adrian David. Thank you, our audience. Thank you. Bye-bye, and take care.